Is it Sayori?
Hey!
Someone calls out to me, and I stop. It's a familiar voice. She's standing under an awning, her umbrella clutched tightly in her hands. Her red bow is soaked, and her clothes are dripping wet.
Howie!
What? What are you doing out here?
I needed to find you to make...
She shivers, and I realize she's not wearing a coat. Sayori, you'll catch a cold. I take off my jacket and hand it to her.
So thank you.
She wraps it around herself, pulling it tight. What was she thinking coming out here in this weather?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know where else to look for you. You weren't at the festival. And I know you're angry, and you have every right to be. I'd be angry too if someone I cared about had kept something so important from me. But please, just hear me out. I don't think Yuri is a monster. I know I didn't see what happened, but from what Monica's told me, I think Yuri was just trying to protect you. She's a good person deep down. Yuri doesn't always show it, but she cares about you. And I care about you too, more than anything.
She takes a step closer to me.
If you want me to leave, I'll leave. I don't want you thinking that I'm here because I pity you or because I feel obligated. I'll get out of your hair if you don't want me around. But I can't lose you.
She looks up at me, her eyes filled with tears. Her words hang in the air.
I'm sorry, that was selfish of me.
No, you're right. I guess I've been kind of an ass lately. I take a deep breath, trying to gather my thoughts. I don't know, man. Like, seeing what Yuri did, I wouldn't even have, the confidence to, approach her. I would dig into what Monica knows about this, because she clearly knows something. And, yeah, Yuri is... Excuse us, you two. Could we talk for a moment? Two men approach us from behind. They're both dressed in black suits, their faces placid. Kuzahara Hali. The one on the right looks at me. Come with us, please.
Who are you guys?
I'm afraid we can't answer that question, ma'am. We're from the electric company. We just have some simple questions for you. Would you mind answering a few for us? I look at Sayori, and she nods. Yeah, sure. I have a feeling they're not going to take no for an answer. You're not in trouble or anything. We just have some questions. Please, this way. They motion for us to follow them, and they walk toward a black sedan parked at the curb. One of them opens the door, and the three of us get inside. Thank you for your cooperation. He shuts the door, and we sit in silence as the car drives off. Ugh, my head hurts. It's so cold. What? Surprising no one, here we are. I open my eyes. I'm sitting in a chair. A bright light is shining in my face. The walls are gray, the floor is smooth. A mirror stretches across the wall to my right. There are no windows, no furniture, no pictures. Yeah, she's clean. Maybe the man will be more cooperative. I hear a voice outside and the door opens. A man enters. He's wearing a dark suit over a white shirt. His face is clean shaven and his black hair is cut short. Hello, Mr. Kazuhara. How are you feeling? His tone is polite and professional. What happened? I can't remember. I got into a car and then nothing. Short-term memory loss is understandable at this stage. Don't worry, everything will come back to you soon. You and your little friend are fine. Do you mind answering a few simple questions for me? I hesitate. What are they? And am I being charged with anything? The man smiles, shaking his head. No, nothing of the sort. Like I said, we just want to ask you some questions. We'll start with something simple. Your friend is named Sayori, correct? What were you and Sayori doing at the fairgrounds last Friday? Capitalized Friday, bro. It's a proper name. The fairgrounds. Friday's events flashed through my mind. The crowds, the creature, the massacre, Yuri. Oh gosh. Deny everything. Oh goodness. Choices now. Choices. I'm gonna tell the truth. I explained to the inspector how the Literature Club planned a trip to the amusement park and how it was ruined after the appearance of that thing. Ah, I see. So I'm not crazy, right? What the heck was that? Mass hysteria has become a more prominent problem as of late. What? As with most cases, it started with a simple trigger, harmless enough. Someone saw something and confused it for something else, perhaps a large dog. Yes, it was a large dog. Excuse me, but what I experienced last Friday was not a large dog. It was... I understand how you may be feeling, Hallie, but do tell. Were any of the people you associate with hurt in any way? Well, no, but... So you can't name a single person who was injured after the appearance of the so-called monster? That's besides the point! We don't need the S in besides. Well, I was saying things, Inspector. I'm sure there are tons of people who... experiencing the same case of widespread panic. That's what mass hysteria is. Didn't you find it odd there's no online footage of the creature? Of course, it's because the monster does not exist. Me and my associates are only here to ensure you haven't suffered any long-term mental trauma. This only makes me more curious, because, like, they said the thing at the fair was a gas leak, and they also said there was a gas leak at the pharmacy. Is the gas causing hallucinations? Because it could be. That would explain why Hallie saw a massacre at the pharmacy if he, like, breathed the gas and was hallucinating, and then saw another one at the fair, and that would also be why the hero saw the creature too if he was hallucinating from a gas leak. But, that's a pretty huge thing to hallucinate, and it doesn't quite add up with other things we've seen in the story. But it also begs the question, how are they covering up these things that are happening? Like, if these massacres are actually occurring, how would they keep it off of social media? Like, obviously the government is involved to some degree. And, like, maybe they're acting to cover it up as well. But, I don't know. I'm totally curious. Me and my associates are only here to ensure you haven't suffered any long-term mental trauma. Oh, and you are from Jigoku High School, correct? If it isn't too much trouble, would you mind looking at this photo? Are you familiar with this woman? That's not a photo. I stare at the picture. That's her. There's no mistaking it. Yeah, I've seen her around the school before. I keep my voice steady. What is her name? I think it's Yuri. Why, is she in trouble? He gives me a concerned look. This woman has wanted on multiple accounts of homicide. It would be best for you to steer clear. Here's our card. He holds out a business card. If you see this woman, do not approach her, and call us immediately. The man's face is stone cold serious as he exits the room. He knows her, and it sounds like he was with her last night. But if that's the case, why lie about it? Instinct. It's natural for humans to resist betraying one another, especially when the situation is dire. Well, this sucks. If this Yuri girl really is one of those monsters, we're going to have one hell of a time taking care of her. Wait. Hero? You're not supposed to be here! What happened? Didn't HQ say they'd handle this? Yes, but as an inspector, I've made the executive decision to override their authority and handle the situation myself. Now, where's the kid? You know you don't have the authority to do that. Besides, the chief ordered us not to let you in. He said you'd only make things worse. I just want to ask a single question. One question, that is all. You always say that. It's never just one question. It'll be fine. Just watch. Fine. You have 5 minutes. Then you're out of here. Got it? Understood. A man in a suit walks into the room. He has gray hair and wears a sharp look in his eyes. Good afternoon, Mr. Kuzuhara. My name is Hiroaki Sato. His voice is calm and professional. May I have a moment of your time? I already answered your questions. I can't help but wonder what's happened to Sayori. Your friend is fine, don't worry. This guy can read minds too, apparently. If you'd like, I can drop her off personally once we're finished. It's not like this is a formal arrest. After we're done here, she's free to go. I guess that's fair. Alright, fine. What do you want? Last week, July 17th, I believe you were driving home with a certain Kawasaki Monica. Is that correct? What is this guy getting at? Yes? And judging by the vehicle's damage, is it also correct to assume you two were in some kind of accident? We've been had. How does he know all of this? Yeah? Was the woman, Nakasona Yuri, alive or dead when you found her? Just yes or no, please. What should I say? Should I tell him the truth, or do I protect Yuri? I'm not even sure what the truth is anymore. No, I'm not playing this game. I'm done answering questions. If you're not going to charge me, I'm leaving. I stand up, walking towards the door. Very well. Careful on your way home, Mr. Kuzuhara. The streets can be quite dangerous this time of night. Yeah. I wave him off and leave the room. Hallie, thank God, are you okay? They wouldn't tell me anything, just that you'd gotten into some sort of trouble. She pulls me into a tight hug. I'm fine, Mom, just... Excuse me, Miss Kuzuhara. What now? I need to take my son home. Sorry, ma'am, but you'll have to wait a bit longer. Your son's being taken into custody as a material witness in our ongoing investigation. Material witness? In short, Your son was caught trespassing on property belonging to the electric company. We have reason to believe he is hiding information relevant to our investigation.
But he's just a child.
A teenager, actually. And unfortunately, old enough to be charged as an adult. Luckily for you, we're choosing not to press charges. He'll just have to wait for us to fill out the paperwork, that is all. You should really discipline your son more. She squeezes my arm tighter, glaring at the inspector.
Hallie's coming home with me, and you're going to leave him alone.
Ma'am, you don't want to make a scene in front of your kid. If you have a problem with our procedures, feel free to contact my supervisor, Major Kogure Takao. I'm sure he'd love to hear your complaints. Shit. Mom, it's fine. They're not going to hurt me or anything. I give her my best reassuring smile. We'll finish fairly late, so our staff will call your son a cab. For now, however, you will need to leave the premises. You're impeding this investigation. See, it's not that bad. Just get yourself home and I'll be back before you know it. She sighs, giving me a worried look.
Okay, call me if you need anything. I'll be right over. I don't care what time it is.
She squeezes my arm again. Again, we'll call your son a cab. Don't worry. Damn, these guys are assholes. I'll be fine. Don't worry about me. I hug her one more time before pulling away.
You're such a good boy. I'm proud of you.
Bye. She waves goodbye as she leaves, closing the door behind her. You're really a piece of work, Sato. Ask a single question, it'll be fine. How'd that go, huh?
Perfectly fine. I got the answer I was looking for.
Perfectly fine? Is that what you call your latest fiasco?
I don't know why you're so worked up, Inspector. I thought we were friends. Friends help each other out. They don't cause problems.
Friends? We're not friends, we're co-workers. And in case you haven't noticed, we're on opposite sides. I wouldn't exactly call us friends.
Fair enough. I can't force you to be my friend, but if you're going to disassociate yourself, don't expect a warm welcome.
Excuse me, mister? A girl appears, peeking out from from the break room. I guess we're still hero.
Mr. Detective! I've seen her somewhere before. You're the girl from earlier. Weren't you the one who came in with Mr. Kuzuhara? That's me! My name's Sayori. What was your name again? Something Sato. Inspector Hiroaki Sato. Please just call me Hiro. Okay, nice to meet you, Hiro. Dear me, I had almost forgotten. I'm supposed to give you a ride home. Huh? No way, I'm not leaving without Hallie! Don't worry, he'll be fine. It's just going to take some time for him to be processed. Processed? Like how? Just some paperwork. Can't we do it together? In the interest of confidentiality, I'm afraid not.
You know you can't take her away, right? Major's orders. We still have to finish questioning her. Letting her go would be a liability.
I'll finish the investigation on the drive home. What?
That's not protocol.
Neither is kidnapping your two high school students and holding them without proper procedure. Come now, it'll be fun.
Ugh, fine, I don't want to deal with this bullshit. We already confirmed she's not one of them anyway. Take the girl to her home or whatever, just don't screw anything up. I'm gonna cover for you with the major, and you better get those results in by tomorrow.
Of course. Have I ever disappointed you? No, that was a rhetorical question.
Just don't do anything stupid, Sato. You may not like following the rules, but you know as well as I do that we all have to play by them.
I just feel so sad or so bad. I'm such a horrible friend. Is there a problem, Miss Hachikuji? It's Sayori. I'm the reason Hallie's in this mess. If I hadn't asked him to go to the fair with me, none of this would have happened. I don't think I can relate with her. I've never really had any friends. I see. You must really care about him, huh? Yeah, he's the best friend anyone could ask for. He's always there when I need him. He's never let me down. Even now, I'm sure he'd fit my feelings before his own. I only wish Hallie'd see me the way I see him. But that's selfish of me, right? Why would he like a useless girl like me? Besides, It sounds like you care for him deeply. Are you in love with him? Huh? What? Well, you do seem to have feelings for him, right? Maybe a little. But it's no good. Hallie, he likes someone else.
She shifts in her seat, her eyes avoiding mine.
Can you keep a secret, Mr. Hero?
Yes, I can.
Okay, then can I ask you something?
What's on your mind?
Is it worth it? Loving someone who doesn't love you back?
She gives me a sad smile as a single tear runs down her cheek. I don't have an answer for her. The car turns onto her street as the headlights illuminate the quiet suburban homes.
Hey, Mr. Hero, are you and Tatsuo friends? Because if you're not, that's okay too. But when you two talk, I get the feeling that you're not really enemies either.
I suppose so. I haven't given it much thought. We both have a mutual respect for the law. I believe he looks up to me, and I admire his diligence, though his work ethic could be improved.
So you two are friends?
From an outsider's perspective looking in, it does appear that way.
Then maybe you can help me understand. If I could still love Hallie.
Love is a difficult thing, Miss Hachikuji. There are no easy answers.
Then what's the point?
I'm afraid I can't answer that either. She pouts, giving me a sidelong glance.
Well, if I asked you to let Hallie go, would you do it? If I told you it was important to me, would you drop the investigation?
No, I don't trust him.
Why not? He's not a bad person.
Maybe, maybe not. But I know for a fact that he's hiding something. The car slows to a stop outside her house.
Thanks for the ride. I really appreciate it.
It was no problem. Thank you for the company.
Yeah, well, good night.
She opens the door and steps out of the car, closing it behind her.
Alright, I don't know if a chapter and is coming up here, but I'm going to drop a save. Just in case. And we're kind of at the end of the session anyway, so I think that's going to do it for now. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and we'll catch you next time with more Night Rain. Hope to see you then. Bye-bye.